Hello, I'm Michael Diamond. You're watching Muscle Central. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Okay, the way I see it, this year's Olympia is going to be an extremely interesting one, very competitive, and well, let's get right into it. First off, I firmly believe the Olympia title is in jeopardy. That's if Rami even shows up with what's happened of recent and what some are speculating. We might not even see him on the stage. Assuming he will be on stage, we'll go from there. In his first defense, he brought in the all anything but stellar package. Even his own cornerman, Dennis James, said in an interview that if Hadi would have gotten the decision that night, he wouldn't have had a problem with it. That's Rami's own cornerman saying that. I think it was much like with Jay Cutler after 2007 coming into 2008. He was already in a position where he needed to really bring in something special. With the most recent events, and I don't want to say there's politics involved, politics are going to determine what happens, but I do believe that to some degree, in almost everything, there's some degree of politics involved with everything. He pulled a really bad move, not only not coming to the Pittsburgh Pro when he committed himself, his image was on the poster. He didn't show up for the guest posing and didn't even call anybody. Rami has to, if he's there on stage, he has to bring in a lights out package, otherwise he's not going to walk away champion. But who's going to step in? What makes this so intriguing is that there's really 3 or 4, maybe more, let's get into this, who can very easily end up being the last man standing. You got Brandon Curry right off the bat, the former champion. Many had him ahead of Rami last year. He makes improvements every show. Beautiful physique, great structure, wide shoulders, narrow waist. Yes, it's past Arnold. He could have been in better conditioning, but his prep wasn't quite as long as it should have been. I think it was somewhat of a last-minute decision to go ahead and compete in the Arnold. Brandon Curry can be the champion once again. Will he? That's another story, but Brandon Curry can very well leave the once again champion. William Bonac, who I wasn't sure, and I was almost ready to write off because he had a few less than stellar showings, showed himself in this past Arnold Classic and second to Brandon Curry, where some think that if it wasn't for his gyno issue, which wasn't that outrageous, wasn't that out of hand, but was noticeable, and wasn't for that, he might have beaten Curry. Other than that, he looks to be the William Bonac of old, and William Bonac of old is a very, very dangerous competitor on that stage. Like Brandon Curry's beat everybody that he's had to beat through just about everybody on that stage already. There might have been a couple that he hasn't competed against yet, but other than that, all the other big guys on that stage, he has placed ahead of. He's back. He's just got his gyno surgery taken care of. I'm really anxious to see what he brings to the Olympia this year. He's working with Chad Nichols also. So William Bonac has beaten Brandon before. William Bonac can very easily leave the last man standing, leave the champion. Hadi Choopan is another one. A lot of people, myself included, had him ahead of Rami this past Olympia. Hadi has an issue with his shoulders. I don't think he's using synthol at all. I think he's hitting the same spot over and over again with his injections, using the same injection site, and it's caused what you see with his shoulders. He vows to come in bigger, and so far, what we've been seeing of him looks like he's on track to becoming in bigger. Expect him to come in great condition like he always does. His only issue would be the shoulder thing. He needs to figure out what he has to do to alleviate that. Hadi Choopan could very easily leave the Olympia champion. And I don't think anybody, a couple of the guys that bring in really good conditioning, nobody brings in a level of conditioning right now that Hadi brings in. Nick Walker, the freak, the mutant, he had an amazing rookie year. He's making a lot of very dramatic improvements, and he just gets bigger. His weight stays in check. He comes in conditioning, and he just looks better every time. I have him for my pick to step in to take the Olympia title this year. I think he has all the tools, the right mindset. He is driven. He kind of reminds me in a way of Jay Cutler with his mindset and his approach. Nick Walker can very well walk away the new Mr. Olympia, and he is, as of now, my pick to win the Olympia. So right off the bat, we got 4 people that can easily be the last man standing on the stage this year. And like I said, Rami, if he's there, is not a shoo-in. He needs to bring something amazing, something really spectacular, and so far he hasn't shown that he has any, that he has the ability to bring in that type of package. He hasn't come close to a lights out package in all these years so far. Then you got a number of guys that are coming of their own that need to be watched, that I'm sure going to be in the top 10. Okay, I probably forgot to mention Hunter Levrata. Hunter Levrata is another person that potentially can step in there, and if not be Mr. Olympia, be right at the very top. He is like a supersized Lee Levrata. Facially looks like him, and physically has same type of structure, just a larger frame. His issue seems to be with conditioning. Not that he comes in with bad conditioning, but it's something that he's not getting right. I'm not so sure if it's has to do if it's more water, removing water at the last minute or what. But he seems to be not getting it right at with that. But if he puts it all together, he's another one that could be, if like I said, not Mr. Olympia, be at the very top, battling for the title. Ian Vivier, last few years, starting to come in of his own, and very good bodybuilder, very big structure, carries a lot of muscle. He's just missing it. He's been in really good conditioning before, but not any type of crazy conditioning. With his size and his structure, if he can start bringing some crazy conditioning, he's definitely top 10. He's already made the top 10, I believe, twice, I believe. He could be battling for the top 5 at some point, if not this Olympia, but some point soon. Blessing Abadibu, who just came off 2 wins, now working with George Farah, seems to made major improvements from last year. Still think he needs to fill out his structure a little bit, but he got a lot of things going for him. Also, like I mentioned with Brandon Curry, very wide on top and very narrow waist, which goes a long way. I think if he fills out his frame a little more, and he has time until this Olympia, he's qualified now. I definitely see him. He's going to be top 10, and he's going to be, over the next couple of years, he's going to start being someone to reckon with. He'll be a force. And then I've talked about him over and over again, Reagan Grimes. His last few showings, working with Milo Sarchev, showed marked improvement. But once again, like I mentioned with Blessing, he's a big guy, and he has a big structure. He needs to be able to fill out his structure more, and he needs more muscle. Once again, like I said with Blessing, he has plenty of time with from now until the Olympia. It seems to be a good match with Milos. Milos made a marked improvement very quickly as far as his conditioning went, and I think he can do really good things with him. And if he puts on the much needed size, which really has a very large structure, but he has great shape and flow to his muscle, he's top 10 material for sure, and with enough improvements, mainly with his size, and if he keeps up with his conditioning that he's showed as of recent, he will be battling at some point in the top 5. So, all in all, we have quite a few competitors that are going to bring us a lot of excitement. We got some 4, maybe 5 guys that can potentially walk away the new champion. I personally don't feel that Rami will retain the title if he's there. And we got some guys that are going to be in the top 10 that we might not have thought we're going to be in the top 10 or higher just a short time back. Okay, I think I went on a little longer than I expected. If you agree or disagree with anything I've said in this video, please let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share. By all means, subscribe. Do not forget to hit the notification bell. This way, whenever I put up a new video, you will be notified. Go to the description box. There are some links there. There's a link to the Facebook Muscle Central page. If you have any questions, you can go there, DM me. I'd be happy to answer them. Also, there are links to Species Nutrition and Mr. G's Protein Snacks. Click on both links, go to both websites, check out all their great products. There's also a link to, excuse me, another bodybuilding YouTube site, YouTube channel, both the Iron Slayer, Chris Miller. He does Muscle Talk with me. Go there, check out his channel, and check out all his great content. Once again, this is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.